Hello, everyone. We are back for another hashtag Hey Allenia Renee. I actually have three sets of questions, but we're going to take two because I want to make sure that we are able to get to them. So we're definitely doing two of the questions this week, and we have a sponsor for this week as well. So I want to make sure I get all of that in today. So I want to also preface this to say, please make sure that you're sending in your questions. We have been getting questions on Instagram and through the actual form that we have created. So please make sure that you get your questions in so that we can get that answered. And if I don't get to your question the week that you submit it, remember the following week we will be bringing that question up. So let's go in and get into the juicy bits and things of this first question. And the writer sent in, her name is Christy. She has hashtag Hey Allenia Renee. The question that she has is, how do you make your sister relationship better with an older sibling? So I think that hello, my butterfly sister. Oh my goodness, my internet butterfly sister is on here. So welcome. Thank you for joining. And I want to come on here and go over this question. I thought it was a really good question. The unfortunate thing is it's a little bit vague. So I think most coaches and therapists would say that there is more questions to this that we would need to ask the person. So everything that I will be stating that. I will be making sure that I state it in pretty much a general terms. I don't want you to think that this is like the end all be all. Okay. So the first thing that I want to go into is the word better because Christy, you used the word better, and I want you to truly understand because one of the things that I wrote in my book, A Conversation with Your Big Sister, the Slow No Strategy, I wrote specifically about how to make sure that you're very specific in the words that you use. And at the end of that book, I give a huge list of words that you could use to help you so that you're not so general. Because I think when you're dealing with someone else, you need to understand the place that you are in. So that could be, what it is that you think better means. So you want this relationship because it sounds like, and for those that are jumping on, the question is, how do you make your sister relationship better with an older sibling? So I take it that you're either in the middle or you are the youngest, and that somewhere there is the relationship is estranged in some form or fashion. So the one thing that I want you to do, Christy, is to make sure that you understand what better means to you. Because better to me might be completely different than better to you. And then even to your older sibling, it could mean something completely different as well. So once you understand that, you need to be very specific and what it is that you are seeking from this older sibling because they may not be seeking the same exact thing. They may, you may be looking for time, you may be looking for validation, you may be looking for respect, you may be looking to stop arguing with them, or being less judged, or it might be flipped because you need to make sure that you aren't the one judging, you aren't the one being argumentative, you are the one that's not being respectful of their difference. And I think a lot of times that's what happens with family and friends. We don't accept someone's different. We think that they're supposed to be just like us. And I think that's, that can cause a strain as well. So you want to make sure that you understand what you're seeking from your sibling. And then what is the worst thing that could possibly happen if you don't get what it is that you are seeking? Because remember, Christy, You you want something that might be completely different than what your older sibling is looking to have. So you want to make sure that my butterfly sister says I agree, they don't accept your difference. Exactly. And I think that's where a lot of problems lie. Hello, Sherry. Hello. Thank you for joining. Thank you. And um, and so you want to make sure that and my butterfly sister is actually stating something that I'm about to get into. She's saying that she comes from a family that value how society views you, but keep a lot of secrets. And I think that's so critical right there. Is there's something greater that's causing this relationship not to be in Christy's mind as better. So Christy, as you look at it, you really have to really be realistic. And my heart goes out to you because I have a brother and I have my sister girls, and I value that friendship and that kinship that I have with them. And I'm always seeking to, I want to be better. Not I want my relationship to be better, but I want to be better in the way that I listen, support. So I'm being very specific in what my better is. But I want you to make sure that you are being very realistic at what is that something greater that may have occurred, right? Because it takes two to have a relationship. And a lot of times, we take on the behaviors and the patterns of our parents. And when we do that, sometimes as the oldest, we rebel from that. We walk away from that. We don't want to be involved with that. And then family doesn't really understand that, what, that's just not my belief. I respect what you believe, but you're not respecting what I believe. And keeping those secrets, that other person is like, you're judging me, but you over there holding a whole can of skeletons, and as soon as your mouth or the closet opens, the bones will start flying out. So that can be a huge strain on any relationship. So it may not be that the relationship between you and your sibling is really um, poor at this time. It just may mean that they don't want to deal with what may be going on at all. They may not want that at all. And then and remember that a relationship takes two. Okay, you can't fix this. Okay, you cannot fix this. Yes, you can pray, you can seek guidance like you're doing by asking the question, Christy, but this isn't just you, it is also them. You can only work on you, but you cannot fix what your sibling. You can't pull and push from that sibling thinking that what, you can fix them. You can't fix them, and you can't fix the relationship if they're not willing also. But first work on you. And then another thing, I just kind of wrote a few notes because I had the questions. I did already say, make sure that you're pursuing reality. Check yourself and your intentions. So really look at, Christy, what is your intentions for wanting to fix this relationship? Because one of a clear sign that your intention isn't right is when it seems like it's a huge struggle, and every time you go to do something, it doesn't work out. And that's because maybe your intention may not be what the relationship really needs. So you want to make sure that you're checking that and start off slow. I dare not say don't start at all. You have to do in order to know that it's not going to work. So I would strongly suggest that you go ahead and you do. And you can actually, in my book, I talk about the slow no strategy, and that can actually cross over into so many other things by making sure that you're silent, you listen, you observe how you feel, and so that you can come out with the win. So when you call your sibling, to maybe by starting off slow, to just say hello, hey, I was thinking of you. Again, your intent is to call to see, hey, I was thinking about you, so I'm calling. And if your intent is pure and genuine, they'll be a little receptive. I'm not going to say it's going to be perfect, but that slow and steady is it's a lot easier to manage and maintain. So make sure that when you make that phone call, you stick to what your intention is. You don't talk about mom, dad, uncle, auntie, other brothers and sisters. No, you focus on that sibling that build you want to build that connection with back again. So start off slow, make sure that you're genuine. Like I said, make that phone call, just say hello. I was thinking about you. I just wanted to let you know that I was thinking about you and I love you. And I hope that you have a wonderful day. And every time you think about that sibling, you call, because you can only change you, and you know what your intent is. So I would say that, and respect their choice. This is going to be really tough, but respect their choice to keep, their distance. So as if you respect that and just make the phone call, you will see that they will gravitate to you, because the defenses will go down. So Christy, I hope that answers your question. Thank you very much. And if there's more that you want to add to your question, please send that in, and just let me know that, hey, there's more to this, that, hey, I'm also thinking about, and I would definitely dive in to answering your question. All right, so let's go on to question number two that we have today. And this is from S. Vaughn. And it says, hi, Allenia Renee. I am 23 and have worked for a small family owned company since I graduated high school. Real good. Since COVID, I really think that I don't belong here anymore. Okay. However, I feel bad thinking about leaving. I really don't know what to do, because this company has given me a chance and I don't want to let them down. Do you have any advice that I can use to help me leave? All right. Oh my gracious. So, um, S. Vaughn, I want to say one of the things, that a couple of questions that you need to ask yourself. So let's just kind of get to it. One of the questions that I want you to ask yourself, S. Vaughn, is, why do you feel you don't belong? Okay, because that is the key to you wanting to leave. A lot of people leave a company because of the fact that there's no advancement possibilities, or it truly isn't what they're interested in doing. So what so it could be any reason, but I want you to really ask yourself, why do why do I feel like I don't belong here? Why do I truly? And be honest, because being honest is so critical. And the next question that I want you to ask yourself is, again, is there no advancement possibilities, and you're ready to advance? But there's something else that we're going to talk about with that as well. So we're going to come back to that question to ask yourself. The next question is the culture of the company, has it changed since you started working, or have you just changed and you desire something else? Okay, so that goes all into, why do you feel you don't belong? Okay, the next question I want you to ask yourself is, why do you really want to do something else? Why is that? And we all have our different reasons, because we want to build skills, we want to build knowledge, we want to gain different interests. So it could run the gamut of what it is that, the reason why you don't belong and why you want to leave. But by asking yourself those questions, it will help pull you back in and make sure you stay focused. Um, and then I want you, after asking yourself those questions, okay, and then I'm going to go into some alignment that you can do. I want you to set up a meeting with the manager or the individual that actually hired you. And the reason why I say that is that you're given respect, because one of the things that I'm reading from it, from your message, is that you do have loyalty to this company. So you want to keep that loyalty. And by going back to the manager that hired you gives so much respect. And trust me, if you come and you've asked yourself those questions, you will know what to say and you will know what to tell them, because you have already thought it through and you know why it's not a good fit for you anymore. Okay. And it may be that I had talked about this in another video, is that sometimes we expire, the job expires from us, or we expire from the job, and you got to figure that out. And I think here you're so young, 23, you are young, and in your 20s you should be establishing those, I would say, those skills and the knowledge that you'll need in order to make good investments in yourself in your 30s, and so on and so forth. So your 20s, I think it's wise to think this way and to gain all the knowledge and skills that you can. So a couple of alignment things that I want you to do, because of the fact that you're 23 and this is the only job that you have had. Now you may have had some volunteer work, I'm not sure, but it sounds like you don't have commitment issues. Okay, you don't have commitment issues. So, but one of the things that I want you to truly understand